Great.
You don't have to do
I'm
that.
very coachable, so
Yeah.
just tell me what to do and I'll do it.
Welcome, John.
Hi, Patricia.
So glad that you could join us today. Now, John, you have this wonderful painting company, and we had the privilege of working with you with one of our sellers recently, and you did an awesome job. What are the things that a seller needs to look at to know that their house needs to be painted, and what are the preparations that they need to do? Because it's a big ticket item, but it's really impactful.
Painting is normally the best return on your investment. Changing colors, updating. Obviously, when you're putting your house on the market, you want to put your best foot forward. I don't believe that people are interested in potential. They're interested in what's now. Mm-hmm. So the obvious things for painting are peeling paint and dirty paint. And yes, if there's a lot of preparation to do on the house where the paint is failing, you're going to want to have some time and give yourself some runway because it might take some time to find the right painting contractor and to be able to schedule them, especially if it's in the summertime.
How long does a house painting last, or does it depend on the kind of paint?
No two houses are the same. Even on the same house, it fails at different rates.
Okay.
Usually the south elevation, because there's additional exposure, needs to be repainted before the other sides of the house. Mm-hmm. It's usually not, though. But in general, your question is how long should it be for a house to be repainted? The houses that we paint, are lasting 10 to 15 years. And it's primarily predicated on two things: the type of surface preparation and the quality of paint that you use. Yeah,
so a better quality paint is going to last you longer. It might be a little bit more money and preparation up front, but it will be a better investment.
For sure, yes.
Yeah, because as we say here at Northwest Real Estate Forum, your home is your biggest asset, so you got to invest in it. So when you do interior painting also, about what do you say is a timing for painting? Should you paint every 10 years on the interior? Should you paint every 5 years? Not really saying that the colors are going to change, because that could change every year, but how long would an interior paint job last?
Depends on if you have dogs and kids.
Yeah, okay. So wear and tear.
Really, it's wear and tear. And I would say it's uneven wear and tear. Front entryway, mudroom, garage service doors, kitchens are the highest wear areas in the house. Mm-hmm. Playrooms until kids grow up. There are some rooms that are offices, but they're actually never used. Tea rooms.
Living rooms, the old formal living room.
Yep, sometimes those don't need to be painted after I've painted some houses 20 years ago that they're new owners that move in and they know that we painted it previously. And we get asked to paint the whole house because of a color change, but if there's not a color change, quite frequently half the house doesn't need to be repainted just to be repainted.
Well, terrific. John, thanks very much, and you're coming back to talk to us about what a buyer needs to look for when they purchase a home. Thanks very much.
Okay.
Welcome back, John.
Hi, Patricia.
Thanks so much for coming. So last time we spoke, we talked about what a seller needs to know about painting their home, whether they're going to change the color. It's their biggest investment to try to get somebody attracted to the home. Now, let's talk about from the buyer side. We drive up to the house. They may not like the color of the house, so that's one thing. And the second thing is, what do we need to look for to see whether or not we're going to need to paint the house? What are the signs that we're going to see that, ooh, we might have to paint that house in 2 to 5 years? So color, how hard is it to change the color of a house?
I think you're asking two questions. What a buyer should be looking for, mm-hmm. and how hard would it be to change colors?
Right.
So I get called a lot for people that are just purchasing a home.
Okay. That's good to know.
Quite often it's, we close on a home in 2 weeks, we want to get started.
Okay.
Often the paint job is in good shape because on the other end of it, the sellers will fix up the house in order mm-hmm. to, so it's typically a color change. But what I feel it's my responsibility to also give them an evaluation of the painting and what I'm looking for. Some people confuse fading with paint failure and they're alarmed by how much it's faded. But frankly, paint manufacturers' paints stick a lot longer than they actually hold their color. So there's a difference between paint manufacturers where the colors retain their color, hold their colors over a 10-year period, and other ones sort of fade. It's a difference in price. So I'm not so concerned about fading. It fades more on the south elevation, there's more exposure, but what I'm looking for is delaminating paint. It's a fancy term for peeling paint. I'm looking on the exposed areas, and I'm also looking for failure in the water entry points, which is around
Window caulking and things like that.
Openings for doors and windows, and which can cause lots of problems. And I usually write a report. But those are the two things that I'm looking for to see if it's a good paint job. Changing a color, most quality paints can cover in 2 coats. So how hard is it? We're not really asked to ever paint a house and cover it in 1 coat. But typically, any paint should recover with a high quality paint in 2 coats of paint. So it's not more difficult to change colors.
And how long does it take to paint a house? I know it depends on the size, but should we plan a week? Should we plan 2 weeks?
2,500 square foot house that just needs pressure washing and maybe 30 hours worth of prep work should be done in 7 working days. Unless there's rain.
Unless there's rain. Well, here we are in the Pacific Northwest. Well, John, thank you very much. This has been very helpful, and I know that the buyers and sellers will really appreciate this information.
Thank you, Patricia.